2 of the high school playoffs, and tonight we are in South Tulsa for the Ford game of the week. Bishop McGuinness has traveled across the state to take on the Edison Eagles. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Ziegenhorn alongside my buddy Rod Thompson. Man, we are chilly down here on the field. It is cold, damp, and rainy. And what time is it, Rod?
It's hot chocolate season right here. Hot chocolate and playoffs, and we got a good one tonight, Zig.
Yes, we do. McGuinness, 21 straight seasons in the playoffs. And for Edison, Rod, first playoff appearance in the second round since 1992.
Boy, tremendous job also riding a 10-game winning streak. Some outstanding players this Edison program has turned around. Coach Daniels has done a tremendous job.
Let's take a look at the key players to highlight in tonight's football game. Couple of running backs. We're going to start with McGuinness's Dominic Richardson.
Well, you talk about Mr. Richardson, the TCU commit, averaged over 12 yards per carry, can really run, outstanding speed, can also run through you. He's a key guy on that offensive side for McGuinness.
And then for Edison, Sevion Morrison.
Well, you got TCU versus Nebraska. The Nebraska commit, Sevion Morris, has been outstanding. The all-time leading rusher here at Edison, of course, outstanding player for this Edison Eagle team. The McGuinness, they have to contain him tonight if they want to come into Edison and get a win.
All right, kickoff on the Ford game of the week coming up. Eagles and Irish right here on YurView.
The Ford Game of the Week is being brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Visit your best in Oklahoma Ford dealers for the best deals on Ford's full line of vehicles. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Weoki Federal Credit Union, proud sponsors of the Weoki Kick for Cash. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Roller weight loss and advanced surgery. Your best you starts here. The Plaza at Town Square by McCaleb Homes. Love where you live. And by Cox, bringing us closer.
Our tradition for my football team is we dress up, shirt and tie. I had a tie, but I didn't know how to tie it. Usually I would have my dad help me, but he was deployed. I'm thinking, don't worry about it. My grandma should know.
He says, can you tie a tie? And I'm like, no. But we're on our way to Chick-fil-A.
I recognize them because they came into our store so much. Miss Bertha and Mr. Terrence, I'm like, of course, I'll help them out and show them how to tie a tie.
It wasn't just the tie, it's what was in your heart.
It's my pleasure. Doing good, man. You got it.
When you're hiring or looking for a great new job, use our community job site, ericsjobs.com. We've helped hundreds of area employers connect with local, talented job seekers to fill positions of all kinds. Here's what some local employers are saying about our service.
We have hired over 20 people from our postings. You have been an incredible resource for our company.
With thousands of current local job seekers, you will find the people you need. ericsjobs.com, $25 job postings.
Welcome back to round 2 of the high school playoffs. Tonight, a 5A showdown is our Ford game of the week. It is a cool, brisk evening in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are at Memorial High School, a Fortune Stadium, and it's Bishop McGuinness and the Edison Eagles. Bishop McGuinness comes in at 9-2, Edison at 10-1 on the season. And these two teams are getting ready to square off in the second round of the high school playoffs. Mike Ziegenhorn and Rod Thompson with you on this Friday night. You can see the teams are at midfield, getting ready for the official coin toss for tonight's football game. We talk about the weather and what it's done. Of course, it's rained in this part of the state for the last day or so. Temperatures definitely really cool here in Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight. 38 degrees, and the temperature is going to drop throughout the evening. By the time we're done tonight, it'll be around 35 degrees here in Tulsa.
So in other words, hot chocolate weather.
I think double and triple hot chocolate
Yes,
weather.
it is. What a great combination. Playoff football, 2 outstanding teams, and hot chocolate with my man Zig. It's game time.
You can't beat it,
You can't beat it.
Edison, as Rod mentioned in the open, has won 10 straight football games, 10-1. They were 7-0 and won their district this year. McGuinness 9-2, and they were 6-1, finished second in their district to Carl Albert, Rod, who right now pretty much the favorite in Class 5A.
Yeah, Carl Albert being Carl Albert and doing what Carl Albert does. We're used to that in the history of football here in the state. And they are definitely the favorites when you talk about hooking up in this particular class.
McGuinness did win the toss, and they will receive and are going to defend the south goal. They have run down to that south goal, and our entire team is on a knee in the end zone. Rod, what about the keys to tonight's game?
Well, a couple things. You want to make sure you protect the football. Going to be important that they're able to protect this football in this weather specifically. You have to win the trenches. You have two outstanding running backs. That usually means that you have an outstanding offensive line that gets it done. So the trenches is going to be important. And Zig, most importantly, match the intensity. Both of these teams kind of at each other before the game. They know what's at stake, win and go home. Which team can come out and have that intensity, and can the other team match it? Those are our keys to the game.
There we got a report. There was some talking and banter going on when the teams were entering the stadium tonight.
Yeah.
So they are fired up. They're not in the weather. The weather's not affecting them in any way. Both the teams primarily keep the ball on the ground tonight, and with the damp, wet conditions, we'll probably see a lot more running, won't we?
Yeah, I definitely think you will when you talk about these two teams. And you look at that guy, Dominic Richardson, outstanding player at TCU. You know, was a good basketball player also.
Deep, Aaron Beck for the McGuinness Irish. And this one is underway. Kick is deep and through the end zone, and that's where McGuinness will take over. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Kickoff. Luis Perona put it in the end zone. No problem for the Eagles. Let's take a look at your McGuinness offense, and it starts with their tailback, Dominic Richardson. He leads the way for them. Up front, Lopez, Randall, Tawater, Crenshaw, and Brown will be blocking. Receivers are Beck and Limber. Paul Tarman at wideout, and then Richardson. And there you see your quarterback, Luke Tarman. First down play from scrimmage. Tarman going to keep right side. He's still on his feet across the 40, near the 45-yard line.
How about that? We talked about him. He's setting the tone early. Dominic Richardson right there, and getting an outstanding block from the quarterback, in that play. And young man, as we said, headed to TCU, averaging about 12 yards per carry, setting the tone early.
That was Richardson on the carry. There is a flag on the play. And you're going to have a personal foul face mask. So that one play, and McGuinness is already in Edison territory.
We talked about setting this tone early.
So first down at the 42. Now reverse to Richardson. He's going to pass it to Tarman, the quarterback, and he can't hang on. And a little trickeration on the second play of the game for the Irish.
Yeah, an outstanding defense that time by Ashton Hill coming up, making the play. Looked like Edison was all over it that time. Richardson didn't have any room. Take a look at the defense right here. Boy, they read it right away and staying on him that time. And take another look, going to go up and tough hit.
Jacob Youngblood, one of the defensive linemen, busted through and forced him to go outside. And then Edison jumps offside on second down.
See the refs. Don Riva, Todd Blish.
Richardson on second down, right side, first down, more. 5, touchdown, McGuinness.
How about that, man?
37-yard touchdown run by Dominic Richardson. Wow, how explosive is he?
Call the doctor, DR. Dominic Richardson getting it done, showing you why he's so explosive 12 yards per carry. And boy, just in that series right there, it shows you why. Outstanding blocking. Look, just easy to read. And watch him bounce outside and turn on the wheels, getting great blocking downfield. And boy, it looked like it's going to come back. Great highlight, but it's going to come back. Got a little hold.
And there you take a look. Yeah, right there, right side of the picture.
Yep, holding him down by the jersey. A piece of officiating.
So they'll try it again. Second and short. And Richardson up the gut. And that's enough for Irish first down. Well, we've had a couple explosive plays, Rod, and penalties on both of them. One helped McGuinness, and the second one did not.
Yeah, maybe it's the pacifier right there that Dominic Richardson is wearing right there.
They've become more creative with those mouthpieces, haven't they?
That's the secret. I may get one if it make me run faster and get slimmer.
Quarterback keep Tarman right side.
Nice play.
Eludes a couple of tackles. 8, maybe 9 yards on that carry.
Option action right there, able to keep the ball and move downfield.
Second 2 as he got 8 on that first down carry. Richardson again. Fumble, ball on the ground. Still loose. And Edison says they have it.
Big time play by the Eagles. Getting it done right there. And number 9, Braden Walker, able to come up with the fumble. And big time play by this defense of Edison. Take another look. Richardson gets it right here, and boy, just get kind of held up there and ball got knocked out. And look, great camera work. Now let's see what this Eagle offense, it's also been very explosive, come away with.
Rajon Green, the quarterback, and they've got a D1 tailback of their own, Sevion Morrison. On first down, they're going deep, wide open. Pass is caught. And it's Morrison inside the 10, 5, touchdown Edison. No flags on the play. And boy, just like that, Rod, a huge momentum shift.
And that's what they can do. You talk about the Eagles, and Sevion Morrison out of the backfield doesn't get a lot of credit for how he can catch the football out of the backfield. And then you see him just a design play that time, foot race. And boy, he runs up under it for the touchdown and does the rest. You know, you see him, he's fired up. Plays 71 yards. And how about Mr. Explosive right there, Sevion Morrison? I mean, what a play. The turnover by Edison, forcing the turnover, and then right to the go-to guy. Pass right on the money for the touchdown.
PAT up and good, and just like that, Edison strikes first. 7-0, Eagles on top after a 71-yard connection between Rajon Green and Sevion Morrison. And look here, he looked right, went back to his left, and nobody, look at that, Rod. Yeah. Nobody was within 5 yards of it.
And watch him do the rest. A nice juke now, turn on the wheels. I know you won't beat me to the end zone. And boy, what a way to start for this Edison Eagle team.
A great play call by the coaches, because you're thinking it's same thing as McGuinness. You got to start tailback. They're going to go to him first play. Well, they did, but he was lined up outside.
An outstanding play call. Getting it done. I mean, Coach Daniels bringing it out. Coach James.
Tony Daniels in his 4th year with the Edison Eagles, a record of 21-21. Edison, 3 district titles The most recent one coming this year in 2019. The one prior to that, Rod, all the way back to 1992. That's also the last time that they won a first-round playoff game. So it's been 27 years since they played on the second weekend or week of the playoffs.
Sure, a little bit of my man Wes Caswell was probably in a little bit of that action back then.
Well, and then you talk about McGuinness. I mean, how they expect to be here. They've been in the playoffs 21 straight seasons. So for them, this is old hat. And that kickoff is out of bounds. So McGuinness will have decent field position on their second series.
What a great time of the year, and these teams playing, they know how much is at stake and trying to win that gold ball. And you talk about Edison and what Coach Daniels and his staff has been able to do since he's been here. And boy, just kind of changed the culture and done a tremendous job. Brings great energy to this program, and you have game-changing players like Savion Morris getting it done, and there you see Coach Daniels, and boy, 21-21 in 4 seasons, and man, I don't know too many would have said, you know, when he took this job 4 years ago that they would be in this situation, but he's done an outstanding job of getting this program back going.
4 wide on the second series for McGuinness. They're going to try. That time they faked the reverse. Edison read it well, and a loss of a couple on the play.
Yeah, big time play that time by Wyatt Ellis.
They flipped the ball to Paul Tarman, and he kept it. That'll bring up a 2nd and long for the Irish. Richardson right side. Just a little bit of a hole. He gets something out of it. He's just a big, explosive back. 6'1", 206 pounds. Very hard to bring down on first contact.
Yes, he is. Outstanding athlete for this team, and knew he's going to be a good player.
The top rushers in the state, 94 carries, 1,165 yards coming into this contest. Tarman rolls left, throws back to his right.
Nice play call that time. Nice direction right there, and kind of caught him asleep. Big time play to move the chains. Nice catch that time. Number 35, Tony Lemick. Take another look, kind of goes out, comes back around, and able to find him and move the chains.
First down in Edison territory again. Tarman keeps this time. Bounces off a few tacklers, picks up 3 or 4.
Tarman very slippery that time. Javon Chapman able to get a hold of him finally. Chapman, 5'9", senior, 230. We said his name a lot in the last game we had here at Edison. Look at Luke Tarman right there.
Yeah, I mean, you say, wow, quarterback, he does rush the ball, but Rod, when Richardson was out, they moved Tarman to tailback.
Well, that lets you know he's a quarterback, but definitely a tailback at that position.
High snap, quick flip.
Look at the speed.
Richardson again. He's going to score. Dominic Richardson, a pass because he flipped it forward right behind the line of scrimmage. Touchdown, no flags, 44 yards into the end zone.
And you got to love it. He says, right back at you, Savion. Right back at you, 2 running backs, and that's why we picked them as key players to the game. Take another look, the little flip, and watch the vision and direction right here. Watch him change. Look, nice step, gets in, turns on the wheels, and gets in the end zone. Boy, you're seeing 2 big-time backs getting it done. 5 plays, 65 yards, and we got ourselves a game, Zig.
BAT is good. We're 7-7. It may be chilly out, but things are heating up right here in the first quarter. Richardson knocks the game up at 7. The Ford game of the week.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Attention! If you're struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, personal loans, collection accounts, or medical bills, it could take you decades to pay them off. Call National Debt Relief right now to see if you qualify for the Debt Reset Program. You could pay only a fraction of what you owe while you become debt-free in just 24 to 48 months. National Debt Relief is A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. There are no upfront costs, and you could resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe. Call 1-800-835-0151.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Well, we're back, 7-7 the score. Not even 5 minutes into this football game. Edison and Bishop McGuinness. Edison scored on one play, 71-yard touchdown pass, and then it took McGuinness 5 plays to respond. 5 plays, 65 yards, 221, capped off by a pass from Tarman to Richardson, 44 yards into the end zone. So both teams scoring on pass plays. One was actually thrown way downfield. The other was just flipped forward in the backfield. And interesting, Rod, because both these teams, you look at what they do offensively. Edison offensively up front, you got Oates, Aislinn, Bellows, Sparkman, and Mulcahy, Richards and Peacock, along with Gist as the receivers. Sevion Morrison and Jervon Chapman in the backfield, along with Rajon Green, the quarterback. They've scored 49 points in at least 49 in 5 of their 11. First down carry, Morrison left side. He's got a hole, and it's going to be a race. Oh, he was pushed out of bounds. Nope, he stepped out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line at the 46, and a 26-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, and there you see him right there. Just a little sweep to the left that time. And, boy, the offensive lines of both teams have done a tremendous job.
Defensively for the Irish, Limpke, Tawater, Chambers, Isle, Bass, Clark, Bassey, Beck, Wheeler, Limber, and Allen. And in the first round of the playoffs last week, they held Ardmore to just 14 points in their victory, 46-14. Their offense was flowing last week as well. Hey, don't forget roller waist. This is a roller weight loss first down. Roller weight loss and advanced surgery first down reminds you that a successful drive begins when you make the first down, and as they do that, before they snap the ball, they call a timeout. Have you checked out the Over the Middle podcast? High school and college football fans, be sure and check it out at YurView's recruiting podcast. It's called Over the Middle. It's hosted by recruiting guru Jeremy Crabtree. Each week he takes you inside the huddle, interviewing players, coaches, as well as industry insiders in and around college football. All that and more each week on the Over the Middle podcast. Check it out at YurView.com. The fans that have shown up tonight are definitely bundled up with hats and gloves on and coats. Morrison left side and stuffed in the backfield. Nowhere to go for him on that play as Tony Limpke made the tackle.
And he was all over him that time. Great play call defensively. And nowhere to go. It'll be a loss that time. And we talked about the trenches. Boy coming up and hitting. And Morrison looks like he's grimacing a little bit. Another look.
Second down, snap bobbled. Green pitches. Like it's Ivy. And he's popped out of bounds.
Boy, and Ivy's another guy you look at. And that time, Thomas Ivy was able to make something out of nothing. Like he was going to take a big hit, and he's able to kind of turn the corner. You take another look right here, a little option. And great coverage that time by McGuinness. Watch him turn the corner here, and boy, kind of a head-on collision there.
And they've called a personal foul against Edison.
And there you see Thomas Ivy's number, 18 receptions, 204 yards, 4 touchdowns. The last game was here. He had an outstanding game.
Doesn't run the ball much. I mean, he's carried 54 times for better than 400 yards on the season. And that was a rushing play.
You know, talking to Coach Daniels, and man, his, he's good to credit his staff. Isaiah Irvin, Coach James, McKinley Whitfield, John Warren, James Manns, Coach Noble, Jeremy Smith, Brandon Braxton, Coach Bradford. Some outstanding players on that team, on that staff also. Nice pass. Oh!
Just off the fingertips of Ivy.
Boy, and Ivy shows you his speed. He can really get behind that defense. And that's one he usually brings in. How about the pass? That young man. Ryan West.
He had a step on the defender, and that brings up a 3rd and 31 now.
Under pressure, play is set up nice. Oh, and just lost his step. Gerald Thompson.
So that pass incomplete.
Gerard Thompson, he's another one, the junior, very explosive player. They were trying to get him in space that time, just kind of fell down. He's another one that had a big game and has outstanding speed for this Edison team.
Aaron Beck stands deep for McGuinness. Punt is up high. Gonna hit it midfield. And kind of take a neutral bounce, and Edison downs it at McGuinness 48. McGuinness will try again. Their 3rd time to touch the football tonight.
Big series right here for the Eagles defensively.
.538 to go in the first half. And McGuinness with the ball. Tarman makes the handoff under pressure. The receiver fell down, and right in the hands of one of the defensive backs, Torrin Walker, unable to come down with it.
And Torrin Walker right there. He's another explosive player. And big time on this defensive side of the ball. And boy, he wish he could have this one back. And he's another guy that's 6'1" senior that's been here, that's seen the growth of this team. And he's a big part of it.
Second and 10. Richardson to the right, tripped up, gets away, and
nice play defensively.
Not from the second wave of defense.
3rd down, and you can't say enough about that guy. Chris McClellan, 6'3" sophomore, 6'3", 250. Guy with a load of potential. She'll be saying his name for a long time.
Quick snap, Tarman has a receiver. Incomplete. Pass intended that time for Ben Vasey. And well defended by the Eagles.
Walker again coming up with the play. That was a nice series right there for Edison. You take another look. And watch Walker, great coverage, good job closing on the football and making a play, forcing McGuinness to punt.
Ivy back deep for Edison. The ball is going to kick out of bounds inside the 20, maybe at about the 18-yard line. The Eagles will take over. Hurt by penalties on that last drive. As well as a pretty big hit in the backfield.
Coach Pierce.
His 16th season overall at McGuinness, second year as the head coach.
Well, he knows what it's all about. You see him at 18-5, has done an outstanding job of keeping this tradition alive.
And when I talked to him before the game, it's like, hey, you know, this is old hat for us. We expect to be here. First down carry, left side. Gerard Thompson. He runs out of bounds after a gain of maybe 3. Second and 7.
You see
Thompson,
him
junior,
getting some touches. And remember I said earlier, there you see his numbers, 56 rushes, 449 yards, 5 touchdowns. But we talked about Morrison after that tackle, you know, looking a little shook up.
Ball on the ground, no. Thought maybe a fumble, but just a nice tackle at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Eagles. Oh yeah, the ball was on the turf, and Green able to come back and get it. There's a bad exchange on the handoff. And it looks like Morrison is still on the sideline. Nas Peacock has checked in for Edison. Green rolling to his right.
A lot of pressure. Oh,
Pass
big time play.
kicked off.
Boy, and you talk about closing speed that time. Braden Allen, tremendous job of reading the football that time. And boy, turned on the wheels and went in and stole one. Take another look. Just a rollout. A lot of pressure right there by McGuinness. And watch him coming to your screen. Boy, you can't draw it up any better than that. That's a great job defensively by that young man. And giving this team great field position.
Braden Allen steps in front of it. That's his 2nd interception of the season. And McGuinness at the 20, sitting pretty here. 3:53 to go, first quarter. And off Richardson, right up the middle.
Goes to Richardson, up the middle for a short gain.
Kind of see the impact the weather's had the previous play. There was a fumble on the exchange. And then that one is Rajon Green was flushed out of the pocket.
It was hard for me. I mean, just out there in the weather was hard for me to hold my hot chocolate out there, Zig. I mean, kind of damn about dropped it.
Tarman keeps.
Good defense by Edison. When Tarman, he's slippery. He can make you miss, but you like the pursuit that time by the Eagles. Number 22, Lamb Madden. And also the big fellow, Chris McClellan. Big 3rd down. Number 52 there. Jacob Youngblood.
3rd and 4. Empty backfield for Tarman. Gets it to Richardson.
Nice play.
And Edison was ready for it.
All over at that time. Ashton Hill was there. There go that man again, Chris McClellan. I can't say enough about him. Remember that name, 6'3", 250, the sophomore. Dad was a very good player also, but look at the defense. Look at him coming in and making a play.
Zach Schmit, the kicker, pretty good weapon. He's been offered scholarships by Army and Air Force. And that one is no good. A 35-yarder wide to the right. And the wind may have a little bit of an impact on that one.
You're exactly right. And Edison has to feel good about that series right there, especially on the defensive end, to hold McGuinness and not allow them to get any points on the board.
The wind coming out of the northwest, about 5 to 7 miles an hour, and northwest would have blown that ball toward the right that time, Rod, and that's what happened.
Yes, it did. Mother Nature is undefeated.
This is a roller weight loss, first down. As Edison held, did not give any points, up any points after their turnover. Morrison now back in there at tailback, and his first carry. Loses a yard, 2nd and 11. So he sat out that last series. We saw him down on the bench. I don't know, like you mentioned, if he was still just a little nicked up from that hit he took in the backfield or what was going on.
Nice play. There's the speed.
Sidestepping a couple of defenders, and he gets near the 30. It'll be 3rd and short.
That Ray John Green there.
Yep. Change numbers on you.
Yeah, he pulled the switcheroo. Yep. Little play action on me.
Typically wears number 3.
Nice tackle that time, number 13. Cole Limber.
And listed as number 3 on our roster as well, but we know he's 8. Direct snap. There he goes. Morrison.
How about that guy?
3rd and short. No flags. Touchdown. 60, 71 yards on the run.
What else you need me to do?
Wow.
Kind of banged up a little bit. I'll just get back in the game. We need 1 yard. I'll get you all we can stand. Can't say enough about this young man. Getting it done. What a weapon it is for these Edison Eagles. And how about this? Wreck snap. Look at the blocking up front that he's getting. And now 1 man to beat. He just cuts back, turns on the wheels, and coast into the end zone. Mr. Savion Morrison getting it done again and putting the Eagles out in front.
He said, get me 1 yard and I'll add 70 to it.
Yeah, 3 plays, 80 yards.
And the PAT is good. That didn't take you long, 3 plays. Morrison has had a big night already, right? 90 yards rushing in this first quarter. He also has a 71-yard receiving pass and a 71-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he's doing it all for this team.
7-1 is 8, and he scored twice, so he's got a 28 on his jersey, right?
Do the math. How about that? I mean, just an outstanding player.
So the Eagles have jumped back in front in this one. These two tailbacks living up to the billing so far here in the first quarter. And you can see why TCU and Nebraska were after both of these kids. Short pooch kick, bounces, ends up going out of bounds. Thought it might have hit one of the McGuinness players, but
Pooch kick goes out of bounds. They do have a flag.
took an extra hop and went out of bounds, and that'll be, ball went out at the 40, and I think they penalize him 5 yards, so they give him, the ball will be marked at the 45. And that's where the Irish will take over, first down at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for them again. Is this their 4th or 5th possession here in the first quarter? Fifth time McGuinness has touched the ball here in this first quarter. Richardson right side, has some blocking. There he goes. Still on his feet.
Can he make you miss or what? Love the patience that both of these guys run with. Taking their time, and they both have that burst. Boy, you see how patient he was.
21 yards on that pickup. Clock running. He did not get out of bounds. This will be the last play of the quarter. Richardson
tackle
does not get away, and a flag at the end of it, so hang on. Probably going to have a penalty at the end of the play against Edison. There's a little extracurricular activity going on in the secondary. And see what the call is from the official. Referee tonight, John Riva. It is a personal foul against Edison.
A personal foul against the Eagles.
Put the ball inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. And boy, a tough break if you're Edison, Rob, because you had Richardson bottled up for a 1 or 2 yard loss, and instead now it's a first down. And they get a chance to tie it up on an untimed down here at the end of the quarter. Richardson.
Good defense.
Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. That'll do it. We played one quarter of round 2 of the high school playoffs in Class 5A. Edison on top, your Ford game of the week. It's 14-7, Eagles over the Irish.
The season is here. And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Now get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ford Expedition, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. It's the Black Friday event at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hey, you can't miss Oklahoma sports scene this week. We'll recap that incredible, historic comeback by the University of Oklahoma at Baylor. We'll be in the locker room with the Sooners and hear from Coach Lincoln Riley. Also, we have Mike Brown, the longtime Tulsa World Prep writer, to preview high school football playoff time.
Two great basketball players. One signed with Oklahoma, Trey Phipps. The other one signed with the University of Kansas, Bryce Thompson. And their father's here to talk about the future of high school basketball and their college careers.
Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene.
Sevion Morrison, 4 catches, 4 rushes, 90 yards, and then 1 catch for 71 yards. He's got 2 scores, so a receiving 71-yard touchdown and a rushing 71-yard touchdown. And then on 2nd down, Tarman's going to keep. Left side, tiptoes along the sideline. In the end zone for a touchdown. Wow.
And there he is, showing you how elusive he is. Turned the corner right there. You would have definitely believed he was going out of bounds. But you see him tiptoe and get into the end zone. Boy, the luxury of having a running back at the quarterback position. Watch him turn the corner right here. And just tiptoe down the sideline and get in.
Wow. So Tarman, a 20-yard touchdown run, 18-yard touchdown run, and just like that, 11 seconds into the quarter, McGuinness has tied it up. That did not take very long.
At all.
The offenses are not affected by the weather tonight. Take another look from the end zone, and Rod, look at the blocking up front.
And watch him turn the corner right here.
Where's he? Oh.
It almost looked like the defender thought he was out of bounds.
Yep. And that's tough as a defender, because if he's right, you know, you don't want to get a personal foul thinking he went out.
And you see even the quarterback, he thought he stepped out a little bit.
Official running down the side with him said he was on the green the whole time, so it is 6. Schmit will kick off for McGuinness. Ivy and Madden are deep for the Eagles. And out of that northwest wind, definitely back of the end zone, and Schmidt's got a leg on it. Rod, you can tell why Army and Air Force won him. There ought to be another handful of schools that won him as well.
And we always talk about having a weapon like him. You know, you think when you have somebody like Sevion Morrison or the other quick backs that, you know, receivers that a team like Edison has, he takes them out of the game. Really counts them out with his leg.
So Morrison not back out there on this series. He missed a couple of games during the regular season. First down handoff. And that goes to Gerard Thompson.
Yeah, and you see Thompson showing you his potential.
And Thompson, a nice run on first to move the chains for Edison. Ball is fumbled. Green taken down.
Managed to get some of the yardage back. There's Rajon Green on the carry. There's a loss on the play.
And he lost 5 or 6 yards on that play off the fumble. Ball went right through his hands on the snap. Officially marked it as a loss of 5. Second and 15 for Edison. Green rolling right, throws back to his left, picked off. We're going to have a pick six.
How about
Touchdown
that?
for McGuinness.
Read it like a book that time. Aaron Beck was all over that play. And boy, a big time play for this McGuinness defense to put some points on the board. Big time play.
Aaron Beck, 25-yard interception. Ivy never saw him.
Never saw him, and boy, he just stepped right in and came away with the pick. That's a big time play by Aaron Beck.
25-yard interception return and first lead of the night for McGuinness. We played 33 seconds here in the second quarter. We've already got 14 points on the board. Both of those touchdowns, one offense, one defense from McGuinness. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
The season is here. And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Now get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ford Ranger, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. It's the Black Friday event at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
We're back at LaFortune Stadium on the campus of Memorial High School. It's a 5A second-round action game between the Bishop McGuinness Irish and the Edison Eagles.
Boy, just what we expected in this game, Zig, a shootout. I see is Savion Morrison is back in the game. And he's still on the side when they need him out there badly.
He's responsible for both of their touchdowns tonight. Their offense definitely not the same without him, but they can still move the ball, and they've gone a couple of games this year, obviously, without him, riding that 10-game winning streak. Their only loss was in week 1 when they fell to Sapulpa 21-13. Since then, they've tasted victory every week. First down, Thompson, right side. It's a couple of yards.
Big time hit that time. As we said, Thompson very capable, the junior.
Looks like they gave him 4, maybe 3 plus, 3.5. Bring up a 2nd and 7. Green keeps it this time. Hit in the backfield, and nowhere for him to go.
Defense really settling in right now for McGuinness. Well, they've been all over it. Big time tackle that time.
Look who's in on the tackle, the quarterback, Luke Tarman.
All over the place. That's what good athletes bring you. A lot of versatility on both sides of the ball.
Also Evan Ille back there and Andrew Chambers, the players who kind of forced Green to go further out. 3rd and long.
Boy,
And nowhere for Thompson to go. And Edison's going to have a 3 and out with Morrison on the sidelines. Morrison continues to have his leg worked on by one of the trainers. And that'll be a punting situation. Wyatt Ellis out there to punt. Averages 33 yards a kick on the season for the Eagles. This one into a little bit of a breeze. It's high. And going to take a nice roll in across the 40.
Big series right here for the defense of Edison. And to rally the troops.
Once again, McGuinness with really good starting field position.
And have an outstanding field goal kicker, so a good sign for them. Just try to get some points on the board. He's with the win, a little high snap.
Tarman's going to keep and gets tripped up right at the 40.
Yeah, and that's a nice big time tackle that time. Javon Chapman coming up making that play, but I mean, it's plays like that, Zig, that you look at and you see that it didn't look like Tarman had anywhere to go. He's able to change speeds, slippery, get up in there and make a play. Kind of nothing, but we got a penalty, so going to be going back.
Kind of a block in the back against McGuinness. And they mark it off 10 yards.
Another look right here. Getting
So it'll be a first and long. Give them a 1st and 20 as they lost 10 yards on that play. Richardson also out on this drive for McGuinness. It's a pass downfield, incomplete. The official.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he went flying backwards. He may have hit his head on the turf.
Like he's just a little shaken up. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, he
hit his head pretty good.
In the back of his head. As he was backpedaling, and looks like he's saying he's okay. Mr. Raymond Ships.
Raymond Ship on the draw, letting them know he's checking them out. He gets it done. Outstanding official himself, and
that's I believe that's the back judge, John Nelson, is the one who went down on that play.
You can see grabbing his head there, definitely.
Correction, that is Kerry Massey, the back judge.
You can take another look, and just in your screen right there, it just kind of goes back, and boy, yeah, kind of jars it a little bit. He gave the signal.
Signal, incomplete pass, and then immediately grabbed his head.
He kept working.
Good thing he's okay. Can give you a score. 6A, 1, Jinx and Moore. And Jinx leads at 27-13 in the second quarter of that game.
Trojans.
So Jinx wins. They move on to the state title game in 2 weeks. They'll take on the winner of that game. Will take on the winner of Broken Arrow and Owasso, who will play tomorrow night.
Guarantee that'll be a packed house.
At Jinx.
Tarman, we talked about him. Look how slippery he is. And boy, just so fast and elusive.
Still on his feet, finally wrestled down at about the 11.
That's a big time play by that young man. I mean, very crafty with the ball. Take another look. You know, right here looking downfield, nut steps up in the pocket, breaks a tackle. Now watch the fake right there. A defender was close. You can't see him in your screen, but he went with the receiver and allowed him to get another 10 yards on that play. Heads up play by the quarterback, and we've said his name, Luke Tarman, the junior.
He's going to throw this time under pressure, gets away once, and then finally taken down.
Nice coverage that time by Edison.
Can update you on some other scores. Bixby leads Del City 31-13, and then Stillwater's ahead of Choctaw in Class 6A2. Some 5A scores to update you on. Carl Albert 27-0 over McAllister.
Nice play. Boy, big time tackle that time. 52. Jacob Youngblood, the senior, 5'11", 250.
Dominic Richardson, who is tied up. Nope, it was Tarman, wasn't it? Fake to Richardson, and Youngblood with the tackle. Bishop Kelly leads Noble 14-0. And Piedmont over Coweta 34-7. All the games in the second quarter. Tarman keeps, has a receiver, incomplete.
Good coverage.
And then a late flag.
Yeah, and not a smart play that time. Watch, he steps over the top of the receiver right here. You know, as this play goes on, watch him just, oh, he didn't get to see it.
Yeah, he kind of slow stepped over him, didn't he? At the end of the play. And they call it unsportsmanlike. Tony Daniels, the head coach of Edison, not happy at all with that call.
And you take another look, watch. Now he's down, and watch the offensive player walk over the top of him right here. That's what the call was from right there.
Yes, it's not much, but
got a lot of room to walk around.
Yeah, don't put yourself in that position.
Got a lot of green grass. Good defense right there by Edison.
Fourth down, and they hold as McGuinness went for it from the 5. All they needed was 3 yards for a first down and 5 for the score. The Eagles defense holds.
And how about the play right there? Young blood again, but boy, inspired defense right there by the Edison Eagles. I mean, fourth down play right here. And look, they're already in the backfield. Boy, black jerseys everywhere. Almost looked like nobody in white blocked that time. And that's a big-time play for Edison.
And Javon Chapman was the man that started things for that Edison defense. Kind of slowed Richardson down and dropped him for the loss. Hey, it's a roller weight loss and advanced surgery. First down. They remind you every successful drive begins when you make that first down. Thanks to the fine folks at Roller Weight Loss, who've been a sponsor of our high school football all season long. And we will take a timeout with them. A little confusion on offense. Who's supposed to be out there? 21-14, McGuinness on top. It's your Ford game of the week.
Day or night, rain or shine, we are focused. We come ready. Founders, makers, doers, our confidence is steady. There's no you, there's no me, there's only us, there's only we. Our city belongs to the ambitious, the bold, the fan. We are Oklahoma. We are Thunder.
Cox Business Security Solutions means 24/7 protection for your business. Keep an eye on things, anytime, anywhere. With a live video feed from up to 32 HD cameras. Stay connected with real-time text alerts. Put utilities in check by remotely adjusting the temperature. It's peace of mind from a company you can trust. Plus, right now, you'll get your first month free.
We're back at LaFortune Stadium on this Friday night, second round of the high school playoffs. 5A action. Bishop McGuinness on the road against Edison. The Eagles' top player and one of the top running backs in the state. The other one's on the other side, but Sevion Morrison of Edison has been out on the sidelines. So what do? They get Thomas Ivy in the backfield and run a wildcat with him. Rodney picks up about 33.
Yeah, and they have some very capable guys that can get it done for the Eagles. Coach Daniels going direct snap right there, and this guy's one of them, Thomas Ivy. Look, getting great blocking up front, making a couple of guys miss, and turning on the wheels. Again, he's at that quarterback position. I think a good strategy. Nice tackle.
Flag on the play as McGuinness had too many men on the field.
Irish defender slow to get up. Number 5 on the tackle.
It looked like there's 11 guys out there now for McGuinness, but I think somebody ran on and then ran off real quick as the play was going on. So that'll be a free 5 for Edison. Calling it against Edison. No, wait. Yeah, their official changed the call.
Hey, they was going to let him know if he didn't change it.
Yep.
He said, my bad.
So it negates the run, but it's a 5-yard pickup for the Eagles. Handoff, Thompson left side, big hole down the sideline.
About that. You know, and that's what you talk about this team. Finding ways to get it done. Like the energy and the effort.
Now McGuinness calls a timeout to regroup a little bit. You know, Rod, you kind of saw the impact of no Sevion Morrison for a couple of series in there. Their offense had bogged down, and now it feels like they've made some adjustments.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what you do as a good team. You find ways and a good staff to make adjustments, you know, when your key player is out. And speaking of adjustments, let's look at these teams playing, trying to keep their hopes alive. Kelly getting it done 14-0 over Noble. Edison, of course, in our game right here, down 14-21. Carl Albert, the favorite. They're getting busy right now in the second quarter, 28-0. Coweta and Piedmont. Piedmont kind of a dark horse right there, getting it done 34-7 all games in the second quarter. So it's really shaping up for a nice march to the gold ball.
Yeah, Carl Albert looking for their 4th consecutive title if they can continue on their run. Hey, Chick-fil-A halftime show. We'll talk to the coaches at the half. We'll show the highlights if you missed anything that went on in the first half. Have some stats and do a Ford flashback as well. That is our Chick-fil-A halftime show. First down for Edison from the 30. Thompson again and bottled up right as he crosses the 30, a gain of a couple.
Edison team trying to find a way.
As I mentioned, last time they made it this far, 1992. They beat Coweta 92, 13-7 to advance to round number 2. Also made it the second round in 1966. Carry looked like a face mask, no flag, but it's going to be a first down anyway for the Eagles. McGuinness says they have the ball, but I think the whistle had been blown.
Yes, it has. He definitely was trying to strip it away and came up with it, but just a little late. Take another look right here. And watch him latch on right here and trying to grab it away.
And he's down.
Yeah, knee was down. Good piece of officiating right there.
Braden Allen pulling and tugging at that football, but it would not come loose. Edison continues to march. This drive started back at their own 10-yard line.
And it's been a steady dose of running. Good tackle that time. Number 8, Sam Bass.
Thomas Ivy, the one with the carry. Edison held McGuinness on downs. The Irish went for it on 4th down from the 5. And Richardson was stopped and stonewalled and backed up actually 5 yards on the play. And so the Eagles took it over.
Impressive drive right now for Edison.
2nd and 10, no gain on the last play and movement up front.
There you see Coach Daniels talking his son, youngster, running some touchdowns. Maybe a future Edison Eagle.
So put him back 5, make it a 2nd and 15. Thompson right side. He's got room. Good blocking. Touchdown, no flags. Edison has tied it up. 25-yard touchdown run for Gerard Thompson.
How about GT getting it done? Boy, you love the blocking up front. Would not be denied. And this young man runs with a lot of heart, a lot of passion. And there you see him getting it done, pointing to the crowd. Take a look. Steady dose of running, and watch the block he gets right there by number 22. And boy, he does the rest. Would not be denied getting to the end zone. The junior, strong running, and what an impressive series right there for the Edison Eagles.
PAT is good. We're tied up at 21 again. A 90-yard drive by the Edison Eagles, and that'll reinvigorate and rejuvenate their sideline.
Yes, it will. Key player out. They're stepping up and getting it done anyway. Great blocking, and boy, just love the strong running. Thompson. To his dad before the game. He's really excited about this young man and the junior. Waiting his turn and getting it done. Next man up mentality. There you see him. It's time to eat. I don't want anything to eat. Just give me hot chocolate. Just hot
Get you hot chocolate?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and just what you expect in a game like this. Two outstanding teams, well coached. And boy, just out here hooking it up.
Now, we talked a little bit before the game. You and I did. We thought it would be a good game, a shootout, back and forth. You got these two backs, two great offenses. It's going to be up to which defense is going to slow the other one down before
Yes,
the night's over with, isn't it?
Glad it quit raining. Still a little chilly, but I tell you, the concession stand there in playoff form, the hot chocolate, tasted like 2 packages was in there.
Top notch.
And they put extra cheese on that Frito pie. Playoff form.
Did you get you one?
By the Edison Eagles. I had to have it.
And that kickoff. Gonna die at the 10. Wow. Like Rod's 9-iron right there.
Yes, it is. Tuck it tight.
And I'm not sure about that, Rod, because Aaron Beck was actually out of bounds, stayed out of bounds, and then came in and touched the ball. And that should be an illegal touching, and they may tack 5 more yards onto this and scoot McGuinness back. Take another look.
You see it. I don't know why he stepped out of bounds to grab it.
You see right here? There he goes out.
Bounds.
He's still out, never did reestablish and come back in. And the officials are getting together to discuss how to end this play. Now the flag comes out after the officials discuss it. Yeah, illegal touching. Let him back him up 5 more yards.
And that's a great job of officiating. They're all over it. Talk about this Edison team.
So moving back to the 5, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 5. But they're not moving the chains for some reason. They're going to make it a 1st and 15. Tarman keeps, big hole. He's got the 1st down and more.
Dominic Richardson has been kind of quiet, but this guy has stepped up.
Tarman rushing tonight.
Got him making guys miss.
9 carries, 78 yards.
And getting it done. And boy, Richardson said been a little quiet. Savion Morrison has been out. The Nebraska commit.
Tarman again.
This guy taking his time with it. And is getting it done for this team.
You can see why he has nearly 1,000 yards rushing on the season. In fact, he's over that mark with the performance he's had tonight. Came into the game with 950 yards on the ground. 10 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown for him tonight. Richardson tripped up as he goes across the 45, and another McGuinness 1st down.
Move the chains again for another 1st down.
12th 1st down here in the 1st half. Rod is headed downstairs to get ready for halftime. Richardson, the fake from Tarman, who is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. McGuinness still has 2 timeouts. Edison just 1 here in the 1st half. Richardson rushing tonight. 12 carries and 100 yards for him. So between the quarterback and running back as Richardson takes it. Left side, spins, gets forward. Between those two now over 200 yards rushing combined after that 8-yard carry from Richardson. Take another look.
Third down and 2.
3rd and 2. And offside against the Eagles. Don't forget our Chick-fil-A halftime show. Rod's going to be on the sidelines talking to the coaches. We'll recap the highlights and the stats. It's our Chick-fil-A halftime show coming up in about 1:40 of clock time. And another flag comes flying out. It's a first down for McGuinness. And it's a sideline warning against Edison, so they will not mark it off on this one, but the next time they call it, they will. And it is a first down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And now Edison has called a timeout. The Over the Middle podcast, check it out. YurView's recruiting podcast. It's hosted by recruiting guru Jeremy Crabtree. Each week he takes you inside the huddle, interviewing players, coaches, and industry insiders in and around college football. All that and more each week on the Over the Middle podcast. Check it out at YurView.com. And then don't forget your Chick-fil-A halftime show coming up. Again, one of the sponsors that we have here, Chick-fil-A. Appreciate them and all they've done for us this season on high school football. Rod will interview the coaches. We'll have highlights, stats, and a Ford flashback. That's coming up at the half on your Chick-fil-A halftime show. So after the Edison timeout, their final timeout here in the half, 1:38 to go. 1st and 10 for McGuinness at the 19. Luke Tarman, first down, rolls left, cuts back to his right. And tackled at the 10, lunges forward to about the 7.
So elusive, Zig. I mean, you talk about this guy and what he's able to do, and down here on field, he can really make you miss. When we talk about the luxury of having a running back at the quarterback position, he is the definition of that for McGuinness.
Yeah, he's really got good vision and find the spots where he needs to go. 1st and goal. Richardson cut down, but it's Tarman who keeps it. Gets away from 4 Edison tacklers.
How about the patient? You know, great running backs always have great patience out of the backfield. Has an outstanding stiff arm. Looked like he's going to be bottled up. He pauses for a while and makes something out of nothing. Impressive running.
Second goal from the 5. Clock continues to burn, and then McGuinness calls a timeout. Rod, it looks like Morrison may be out there getting the team fired up defensively, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's doing it with a slight limp. So hadn't been back in the game, but definitely encouraging his teammates out there.
And you are right. Yeah, he is walking with a little bit of a limp as he heads back to the sidelines. Did not play at all in this second quarter. Tarman keeps looking for someone to throw to. Back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, there was a whistle blown, Zig, before the play went off. It's going to be interesting to see. Looks like an inadvertent whistle right there. See what the call is.
Yeah, I guess they didn't count the play. Second down, Tarman's going to keep again. Tackled short of the goal line.
Big time play right there defensively, Zig.
And McGuinness calls their final timeout. Well, that's just kind of a weird sequence here, wasn't it? So I guess they didn't count the play on the incomplete pass. They let him run another play, and now it's third down.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting call right here. Of course, you have the steady kicker. You know, maybe you make an attempt with the pass here. Because if you don't get in, clock will run out with 20 seconds left. So maybe a play towards the end zone and then a field goal.
Both teams are out of timeouts. There you see Sevion Morrison. Definitely not 100% based on the way he was walking there. So third down from the 1. Pitch to Richardson. They may not get another play.
Big time play. Look like they're going to have time to get a playoff.
8 seconds to go. They didn't do it. They did not get a play off. And that's the way the
Let's
half
get Daniels.
Comes to an end. Wow, what a hold. Second time here in the first half, Rod. They have held McGuinness inside the 5-yard line. Unbelievable defensive effort. Now let's go to Rod Thompson.
Thanks a lot, Zig. Hey, Coach Daniels, impressive defensive stance right there. Talk about what was going through your mind right there as they was about to get in the end zone.
Keep him in bounds, make sure that we set the edge, make sure inside linebackers are slow playing where he wasn't able to hit the cutback like they were doing majority of that drive. So just keeping them in bounds and just making sure we line up, make them snap it again, make them snap it again.
Sevion Morrison, of course, didn't play much in that second quarter, but other guys seem to really step up to score and tie this game.
Yeah, I think that they've done a great job. Gerard Thompson had a heck of a run, you know, that was over there. There's just some mental busts that we just need to get corrected this second half and make the adjustments and just keep rolling.
How about your crowd? Really into it in that first half.
That gets the excitement of the kids. I mean, I think that kind of helps over here. It gets everybody's juices flowing. They get up, they get ready to play. I know it gets us excited, and I think the kids are excited being out there.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Daniels right there. Team playing well, 21-21. Back up to you, Zig.
All right, thanks a lot, Rod. Edison, a defensive stand to end the first half and keep the score tied at 21. Second round of the playoffs. Eagles have tied things up. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
The Ford Game of the Week is being brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Visit your best in Oklahoma Ford dealers for the best deals on Ford's full line of vehicles. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Weoki Federal Credit Union, proud sponsors of the Weoki Kick for Cash. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Roller weight loss and advanced surgery. Your best you starts here. The Plaza at Town Square by McCaleb Homes. Love where you live. And by Cox, bringing us closer.
Hospitals across Central Africa. Pierre is 4 years old, but because of a simple lack of nutrition, he's fighting to stay alive. Your small monthly donation of just $10 could be the reason a child like Pierre survives. And thanks to special government grants that are available now, every dollar you give can go 10 times further for an even bigger impact. Call the number on your screen or go online today.
This is important news for people who've used vaping devices and suffered from addiction or serious injuries. If you or a loved one used a vaping device made by Juul, Vuse, or Blue and then suffered from nicotine addiction, nicotine poisoning, seizures, strokes, heart attacks, breathing problems, behavioral problems, suicidal thoughts, or birth defects, call Davis & Crump now to find out if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call Davis & Crump right now. Operators are standing by.
When you're hiring or looking for a great new job, use our community job site, ericsjobs.com. We've helped hundreds of area employers connect with local, talented job seekers to fill positions of all kinds. Here's what some local employers are saying about our service.
We have hired over 20 people from our postings. You have been an incredible resource for our company.
With thousands of current local job seekers, you will find the people you need. ericsjobs.com, $25 job postings.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solutions store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solutions store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
Chick-fil-A halftime show on YurView, and second round of the playoffs, Class 5A high school football. This one's knotted up at 21. Man, let's take a look at some of these highlights here in the first half, and what a crazy first half it was. Plenty of offensive fireworks from both teams. McGuinness would fumble on a drive, and on their first drive, and first play of the game, Rajon Green, Sevion Morrison. He catches it, breaks a tackle. 71 yards later, he's into the end zone, and the Eagles are on top 7-0, a one-play drive. And then going back the other way, Luke Tarman, quick pass to Dominic Richardson, 44 yards. 5 plays, 65 yards. We're knotted at 7. Then Morrison, a 71-yard touchdown run. This is all in the first quarter. Might have hurt his leg on that play. You see him slow up a little bit. 71-yard touchdown run, 3 plays, 80 yards, 14-7 Edison. And then a lot of ground attack from the quarterback, Luke Tarman. Tiptoes on that sideline. Gets it in the end zone. First play of the second quarter, we're tied at 14. Then a pick 6, Aaron Beck. 25-yard return, untouched. 21-14 McGuinness at that point. Gerard Thompson would come in and take over the running duties. He cuts his way into the end zone. A 25-yard TD capped off a 90-yard drive. Tied at 21. Defensive stands, both of them inside the 5-yard line in that second quarter. The last one coming in the final 10 seconds. And that's why we are tied up at 21. Everybody in line to get their hot chocolate. Someone take one to Rod. It is hot chocolate time here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's your Chick-fil-A halftime show.
Cox Business 24/7 protection for your business. Keep an eye on things anytime, anywhere. With a live video feed from up to 32 HD cameras. Stay connected with real-time text alerts. Put utilities in check by remotely adjusting the temperature. It's peace of mind from a company you can trust. Plus, right now, you'll get your first month free.
Hello there, I'm Mick Cornett, and along with Kent Myers, we do a television show called The Verdict.
We try to bring you good guests with good information so that after you've watched our show, you know more than you did before you tuned in. So please tune in.
Topics from all over Oklahoma. You can see it on YurView Oklahoma's YouTube channel and also on YurView Channel 3. Join us on The Verdict. I hope you'll see us and as we learn more about Oklahoma and all of the wonderful things going on in our state.
Attention Juul users. If you are a young adult or the parent of a minor who used a Juul device and suffered serious health problems including nicotine addiction, nicotine poisoning, seizures, stroke, heart or lung problems, multiple cavities, or mental health problems, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the number on your screen or visit JewelHurt.com immediately for a free consultation. Juul devices are highly addictive and were aggressively marketed to young people. Again, if you or a loved one used a Juul device and suffered serious injury including nicotine addiction, nicotine poisoning, seizures, stroke, heart or lung problems, multiple cavities, or mental health problems, call the number on your screen or visit JewelHurt.com now for a free consultation.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
At the beginning of the new millennium, high school football in Oklahoma was bigger than ever. With record-setting crowds, legendary coaches, and national media attention, the Union Redskins were fiercely competitive, and their defense relied upon their undersized yet tenacious defensive end, Chris Barnes.
Sotai dotting the I, and this is Sotai. Nowhere to go, reverses his field. Tackled in the backfield. A huge play for Union. That's Chris Barnes.
I can't stand to dog any play. I mean, I've got pretty good athletic ability.
The 6'3", 215-pound Barnes had a nose for the football and was the ultimate team player. In his senior season, he had 10 sacks and made the All-State team under head coach Bill Blankenship.
That was a very special team. Anybody who's played for Bill Blankenship knows what I'm talking about. We won as a team and we lost as a team. So really taking that mindset through my life has been really good at not focusing so much on myself.
Besides the values and memories he gained from his high school playing days, Barnes was forever impacted by some of the injuries he sustained. But those injuries helped guide him to find his true passion and meaning in life.
I mean, everybody who plays football long enough pretty much gets injured, but I had a really bad hip flexor injury that had me limping for almost a month. And that's how I met my mentor, Dr. Michael Peterson, who in 5 minutes was able to release that hip, and I was able to sprint within moments, where before that I could barely walk. And in that moment, I knew I wanted to be a chiropractor.
Despite the injuries and pain, Barnes still pursued his dream of playing college football. After 2 years at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College, Barnes walked on to the University of Tulsa football team in 2004 to realize his dream. But the injuries just kept mounting for Chris.
Chris was the consummate team player, a guy that wanted to do whatever he could to help the team win a game.
By the time I got to the University of Tulsa, I could barely wash my hair. I could barely, push a garage door opener.
At the end of his playing career, Barnes already knew that he wanted to be a chiropractor. He began his career interning for his mentor, Dr. Peterson, in Tulsa, before attending the Cleveland Chiropractic College in Kansas City.
I remember going, this is what I want to do. I know what it's like to be in pain. I want to know what it's like to help people on the other side of it.
One of his patients ended up being someone who had helped Dr. Barnes deeply in the past, his former college coach, Steve Cragthorpe.
I have some health challenges. I have Parkinson's, was diagnosed 8 years ago, and I knew that Chris was a cutting-edge guy. And so I actually just Googled Chris when I got back and was able to get a hold of him, and he's been tremendous with me. Not only from a physical standpoint, but from a mental and emotional and spiritual standpoint, he's the consummate doctor.
It's just an honor for me to be able to give him a small gesture of payback for how he treated me.
Dr. Barnes lives in Tulsa and has 4 children, including 1-year-old triplet boys. He owns his own chiropractic firm, Tensegrity Chiropractic, and believes that some changes may need to be made to football.
There needs to be more research into exactly how bad a mind can be damaged. I don't know if I'll ever let them play football. We'll cross that road when we get there.
His job may be to heal the broken athletes like he once was, but Dr. Barnes still holds his playing career dear to his heart.
I will be a Redskin for life. My children may not go there, but I will be a Redskin for life. That program shaped so much of who I am as an adult now, and really honestly taught me how to be a team player.
The games, the people, the memories.
Chris Barnes on the forward flashback, a member of some of those very successful Union teams in the late 90s and early 2000s. Went on to be, you saw, a chiropractor. Also was heavily involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here in Tulsa and even across the entire state. So good success story there. A local player going on to have a family and a good professional life. 21 all our score at the half. It is the Chick-fil-A halftime show.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
Call or go online to order MyPillow Premium, and Mike will give you a second pillow absolutely free. Use the promo code on your screen to get 2 MyPillows for the price of 1. Don't delay, order now.
With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
This is important news for people who have been exposed to the weed killer Roundup in commercial settings and later developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. According to the World Health Organization's research on cancer, the active ingredient in the weed killer Roundup, glyphosate, can cause cancers such as non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. If you or a loved one were exposed to Roundup in a commercial setting such as farming, landscaping, or golf course maintenance, and then developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you could be eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. If you or a loved one were exposed to the weed killer Roundup and were then diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call the law offices of Davis and Crump right now to see if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Chick-fil-A halftime. It is 21 all. Bishop McGuinness and Edison. 5A playoffs. Second round. Winner moves on. Loser's done and moves on to winter sports. Now here's Danielle Alvari with our Game Time Minute.
And now, your Game Time Minute. This Friday in California, the CIF Southern Section Division I playoff semifinals features number 1 in the nation, Mater Dei, and Mission Viejo. 2 11-0 teams, but only one can stay undefeated. Next up, number 2 St. John Bosco travels to number 25 Corona Centennial to see if fortune favors the Braves yet again. Next week, will we see St. John Bosco versus Mater Dei for the section championship for the 4th consecutive year? Who can really say? But yeah, probably. Finally, here's our play of the game from Louisiana last week. It's Markel August in mid-November form, making the game-winning touchdown catch in East St. John's victory over Central. This has been a Game Time Minute. For more high school football action, check out YurView.com.
That was Danielle Alvari with your Game Time Minute. Cox Communications is the largest private telecom company in America, and it has launched Grand Stories. Grand Stories is an initiative to bring grandparents closer to their grandkids by teaching them how to make stronger connections with the people in their lives who matter the most.
Since her grandma's been gone, we don't see that much of each other.
I want Cody to know who I am.
할머니 나 이거 언제 배워줘 그러면서 내가 손녀를 볼 때마다 핸드폰만 보고 있어요. 손녀는
Select profile picture.
Press this.
Have you taken a selfie before?
No.
Oh, okay.
손이 떨리고 마음이 떨려서 아무것도 안 돼.
I want to teach you how to do the video part.
Okay.
You're going to click on that.
Now I start.
Oh, well, I got half of me.
Good?
Yeah.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi, Cody.
Cut in.
I worked up enough nerve to ask her if she would dance with me.
오늘은 김치를 만들 겁니다.
This is my Mahjong class that I'm doing today.
I love you so much. I can't wait to talk to you and hear from you soon.
Wow. Love it.
Broadband connectivity is most powerful when it creates a human connection. And Cox is helping to bridge generational communication gaps by inspiring grandparents to explore where their grandkids live on social media. For more grand stories, visit cox.com/grand stories. We are tied 21-all at the half. It's your Chick-fil-A halftime show. Halftime continues right after this.
The season is here. And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Now get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ford F-150, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. It's the Black Friday event at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-209-4389. That's 1-800-209-4389. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Attention all. Are you a victim of a high-pressure or dishonest timeshare sales agent? Were you misled and confused by what you were buying? Did the timeshare fail to deliver what you were promised? Do you feel that you overpaid and just want out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we can help. We're Timeshare Compliance, and every day we help hundreds of timeshare victims protect their rights, and we can help you too. Our team can legally terminate your timeshare agreement, ending the payments forever, saving you thousands. But you must act now. Call now for a free consultation. With one simple call, the professionals at Timeshare Compliance can legally terminate your timeshare agreement and help end your financial suffering. You could save thousands. So call now before another payment is due. Timeshare Compliance is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait. Call 800-865-0145, 800-865-0145, 800-865-0145.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Welcome back, 21-all at the half. Edison and McGuinness are knotted up here in the 5A second round action of the playoffs. And Rod Thompson is down on the sidelines with the Bishop McGuinness coach. But first, a quick look at the stats. Oh, now here's Rod and the coach.
First half, what did you tell your team at halftime?
Oh, I think we just need to kind of stay with the game plan and come back out and execute and just kind of get back after it the second half.
That last series, you were trying to get a score, wasn't able to get a field goal off before time expired. What was your guys' game plan going into that last series?
Well, we were just trying to get the ball down, and there at the end we had to call a timeout and got our play ready, and then try to the kickoff and just didn't get it off in time.
What do you look to do the most in this second half to come away with the win in advance?
Well, I think we just have to, once again, on defense, tackle well, and then on offense, we've just got to execute. We've got to execute the game plan. So.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Zig.
All right, thanks a lot, Rod and Coach Pierce. Now we can take a look at your first half stats. On the ground, McGuinness 236, Edison 187. Passing yards, Edison was 75, and 71 of those were in the air on the first play of the game. And then turnovers, 2 for Edison and 1 for McGuinness. Rajon Green, 3 for 7, 75 yards. He also has thrown 2 interceptions. And then Sevion Morrison, 4 carries, 90 yards and a touchdown. Luke Tarman has carried 15 times for 126 yards. And Dominic Richardson, 14 carries, 105 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the scores from around the state in the high school playoffs tonight. Round 2, 5A bracket, Kelly over Noble, 21-0 at the half. This game knotted up at 21. Carl Albert looking for their 4th straight championship, leads McAllister at the half, and then Coweta trails Piedmont 41-14. They are in the 3rd quarter. In Class 6A, 6A1, Jinx, you see, leads Moore now 41-13 in the 3rd quarter. If Jinx wins, they move on to the state title game in 2 weeks. They'll play either Owasso or Broken Arrow, who play tomorrow night at 7. And then 6A Division 2, it looks like Stillwater and Bixby are on a collision course to meet in the state title game for the 2nd straight year. Pioneers are rolling over Choctaw, and Bixby doing the same to Del City. It's time to kick off half number 2. There were your scores from around the state. Keep you updated on what is going on. And Rod is sprinting back up into the press box, just trying to stay warm after spending the last 20 minutes down on the field at the half. Continues to be very chilly here in Tulsa tonight. It's still 38 degrees, but it's just so damp and cold. A little bit of a breeze still. Northwest at about 5 miles an hour. As half number 2 is underway. Edison will receive the second half kick off the foot of Zach Schmit, the senior kicker for the McGuinness Irish. Deep kick and through the end zone again, so no return opportunity for the Edison Eagles. So the ground game very effective for both these teams. Edison averages 265 yards on the ground, 67 in the air. McGuinness 225 on the ground, 139 on the air. They are a little bit more balanced, but definitely tonight both teams having a lot more success running the football than throwing it. Sevion Morrison played the first quarter and is still out. Spent the second quarter on the bench and the sidelines, and then Rajon Green starts things off. He breaks a tackle on the secondary and across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, and a first down and a 23-yard pickup on that first down carry. I was talking about Morrison a little bit. He was banged up a little bit during the season. They did some load management with him, but he was also out because of injury, and he's still out tonight. Is not back out there as we start the second half. How did you get you some hot chocolate, Rod?
I couldn't get none. The line was too long. I told them I knew Mike Ziegenhorn, and they wouldn't let me go to the front of the line.
I say they probably said go all the way to the back. yeah, exactly. Go home and get your own then if that's the case. And a false start against the Eagles. Penalties have really hurt Edison tonight. That's 90 yards in penalties, 10 total penalties for Edison. And Rod, how about the keys to the game?
Yeah, we talked about them. Protect the football. We've had a couple of turnovers here. Interceptions, win in the trenches. Both teams doing a tremendous job of pushing up front. And we talked about matching the intensity. Both teams very intense in getting it done.
Gerard Thompson on first down, tackled by Evan Ille.
He gained 3 yards up to the 41-yard line. It'll be second down and 12.
You could tell at one point in that second quarter, Edison really missed Sevion Morrison, Rod. Their offense was just kind of struggling, and all of a sudden they got things rolling and had a nice 90-yard drive.
Yeah, and that offensive line really challenged itself and really stepped up. And boy, these other guys are getting it done right now.
Second and long. Green thought about making a pass, but everybody was covered up. That time Wisely held on to it. Similar to what he did in the first half when he turned to throw and never saw the defender, turned into a pick six.
Big time play that time.
So Edison in a 3rd and 17. Early here in the third quarter, Tony Daniels. You can see his mind just churning right there. What's my 3rd and 17 call to get the first down? Play clock down to 3. They get it off. Green looking for Ivy. Leads him across the field. Catch is made. Ivy off to the races. Touchdown, Edison. There's the 3rd and 17 play right there. 63-yard touchdown pass.
And how about that play right there?
Wow.
It looked like it was directly intended for Ivy that time. The other receiver was right in the picture. Take another look. Boy, great patience, got great protection up front, and look downfield. Watch Ivy just come into your screen right there over the other 2 guys and able to make a guy miss and get to the end zone. Boy, this Edison Eagle team, 4 plays, 80 yards, is playing inspired football right now.
Another big play for the Eagles. They're on top, 28-21.
The season is here. And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Now get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ford Edge, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. It's the Black Friday event at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Countless innocent children were sexually molested by adult Scout leaders. The Boy Scouts of America's own secret files reveal that since 1910, they admitted into scouting thousands of child molesters. If you were abused in a scouting program, you are not alone. Come forward. New laws may allow you a path to significant financial compensation. Call now.
Call 1-800-872-0642. Again, that's 1-800-872-0642.
There you take a look at Thomas Ivy taking a drink after sprinting all the way downfield. And Rob, what a catch he made to cap off a 63-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and that was huge, and they needed that play big time. And other guys stepping up, and the Eagles saying, hey, our leader is down. We have a lot of capable guys on this team to step up and make plays.
We've had 2 lead changes and 3 ties tonight.
Good defense.
Aaron Beck on the kickoff return. Beck also had a 25-yard interception return for a touchdown in the first half. And that gave McGuinness their first lead at 21-14. Midway through the second quarter. No, I think we got the game of the night, seeing the other scores from around the state in 5A and 6A. This is definitely the closest one. Tarman fakes the pitch to Richardson. And he goes down. Edison with a nice defensive play on first.
Loss on the play. Loss of 1 brings up second down and 11.
So Tarman loses 1 on the first down carry. Bring up a second and 11. 3 receivers to the right. This time he gives it to Richardson. Spins. Pulling Edison defenders with him forward. Close to the 30. Gain of 5 up to the 29.
Boy, I showed you he can make you miss and then shows you his power.
You see what Gary Patterson and TCU likes about that young man, don't you?
You see him 15 carries, 111 yards. Big third down here.
And another penalty for Edison. 11th penalty of the night for 105 yards.
And that one could be costly. Well, first down.
You go from 3rd and 5 now to, or 3rd and 6 now to 3rd and 1. No, that is, you're right, it is a first down.
And I think it's getting colder out there.
Is it?
Thought I would just throw that in.
Thanks, Rod. You're in the warmth of the press box. It's 75 degrees in here, right?
No, I am now.
Yeah.
I haven't thawed out yet. Some guys get to stay up in here, you know?
Tarman throws deep. And an incomplete. No flags on the play. And I say that tongue-in-cheek, it is not 75 in the press box.
No.
We've got a, what do we call that? An attic?
Yes.
A ladder that's pulled down that's got part of the roof open. So the AC's on, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
But that's okay. We're having fun, right?
Yes,
doing
we are.
high school football.
Yeah, who's cold?
What else would you rather be doing on a Friday night? Quick pitch to Richardson. Stopped after he got a couple.
Oh, and this Edison defense really limiting big plays right now. Nice tackle that time. Pork chop Aslan.
Oh, pork chop.
Yeah, makes our all-name team. Third down.
3rd and 7. Tarman pass picked off. Intercepted. Liam Madden stepped right in front of the receiver and got it.
How about Liam getting it done? I went over and asked him if he was ready. He said, I'm ready, and take another look. Getting good pressure. He steps right in. Outstanding play by Mr. Madden getting it done. Yeah, Madden.
Just the 4th interception of the year from Luke Tarman.
A 6'2", 180 freshman. Getting it done and giving his team great field position.
George Thompson. And the McGuinness defense at time holds strong on first down.
And this McGuinness defense, they have to tighten up a little bit. It's running game and passing game of Edison with Morrison out has been very impressive.
Brings up a 2nd and 11. Green on the keeper. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 25.
Great play right there, kind of a read. Kind of froze the defense and then showed you his speed. Got some good blocking downfield. Take another look right here. This freezes the defense for just a second. Able to get it going. Look at the blocking downfield. Outstanding job. That offensive line up front has done a tremendous job for Edison.
Thompson left side. And cut down inside the 15. They're going to mark him out at about the 12. So they kind of got their offensive rhythm going now.
Yes, they do. Very balanced attack.
They have thrown for 100, passing for Edison 138.
There's that guy, Tony Daniels. Getting it done for the Eagles.
And a whistle.
Sideline warning against McGuinness.
Where's the get back coach at?
The chain gang must have been in the way or something, because I don't see any McGuinness players down by the referee, do you? So it's a 2nd and 2. Direct snap to Thompson. He's got a first down. I'm sorry, Ivy. Yeah. Thomas Ivy. 1st and goal as he jumps forward to the 2-yard line, and they quickly get on the ball. Ivy again. Touchdown, Edison.
Eagles, Ivy getting it done. Young man Eaton. Boy, it's by committee right now. And boy, you talk about Daniels. This offensive staff, they get their players the ball. The playmakers get the ball, and look at the blocking up front. Outstanding job. Ivy diving in. Get it done. Thomas Ivy, the 5'10" senior.
2nd touchdown of the night. Both of them coming here in the 2nd half.
Plays 39 yards.
PAT. Luis Perona. It's a 2-score lead for Edison. Ivy. Here in the 2nd half.
Healthcare costs are out of control, and healthcare plans are getting more and more complicated. Make sure you're not being overcharged for too little health insurance. Call Health Insurance Advisors of America now. They'll show you the most health benefits for you and your family for the least amount of money. Imagine more affordable coverage for doctor's visits, prescriptions, dental, hospital, vision, and more. Call HIAA to hear about the most health coverage for the least amount of money. Call 800-940-8313.
Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, you may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program, so you won't have to make any payments to the IRS. That's right. If you qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program, you won't make any IRS payments once you are accepted. Once you're in the IRS Fresh Start program, the IRS will stop all harassing and threatening collection activities. Call Fidelity Tax Relief at 800-430-2910 to see if you qualify. 800-430-2910.
Edison up 2 scores. Thomas Ivy gets both of them. A 63-yard pass from Rajon Green and a 2-yard touchdown after a turnover, the 2nd turnover of the night from McGuinness. A pass interception by Liam Madden. Put him in good field position, and they marched right down the field and put more points on the board. And then the short kickoff. And that's where the Irish will take over at their own 29-yard line. So the Edison defense, Rod, the last couple of times McGuinness has had the ball, Edison's come up big.
Yes, they had kind of danger zone right now for this McGuinness team. And see what Richardson has here and what he can come up with for this team.
Tarman going deep to Richardson, and it looked like the ball might have been tipped or Tarman hit right when he threw it.
It was trying to find ways to get Richardson involved. I think that's a great call, Zig. I think it was tipped.
Looked like Madden was running stride for stride with Richardson. It was kind of just crowded back there, maybe got hit as he threw it. Tarman hands it off to Richardson on second down. Fighting through tacklers and gets about 7 or 8. And that'll bring up a big third down here for McGuinness.
This game of 8 on the play brings up 3rd down and 2.
We got to get to the 39, so 3rd and 2 now for the Irish.
3rd down as the clock keeps ticking.
Tarman keeps, first down. And finally dragged down by Ashton Hill.
And a flag on the play.
And a hold against the Irish. Wow. That's a big turn of events. Take a look at it, Rod.
And you see right here, a little option action, able to get through. Find the flag came on downfield.
Well, they get a first. Yeah, they get a first down out of it, but then they're marched back. They had a 3rd and 2, so enough for the first down, even with the penalty. Richardson gets it outside.
Speed.
Off to the races. He won't be caught. Touchdown, McGuinness.
That quick. We talk about his speed. Getting him involved. You see him turn the corner. And boy, just turn the wheels on and walk away from the Edison defense. He's saying, hold up, this game is not over. Big time players make big time plays. Just give it to him and let him go. Great blocking up front. Outstanding job. And now turns on the wheels, and all he needs to get those shoulders square and take it to the house. Mr. Richardson.
Dominic Richardson, 55-yard touchdown run. And McGuinness, the PAT is good, and it's a 1-score game again.
Had a shootout here.
So just like that, McGuinness is right back in it.
Take another look. Look at the block.
Helmet came off.
Yeah, turning on the wheels.
Austin Allen, or rather Jacob Youngblood, lost his helmet, and then Richardson was off to the races. 18 carries, Rod, 177 yards. That's a pretty good night. We still got a quarter and a half to go.
Yes, it is.
Say it's too bad we're missing out on Sevion Morrison because I guess a potential injury. He hadn't been in there, but the rest of the Edison offense has done its job. Kickoff deep and through the end zone. You know, Bishop McGuinness, Rod, moved up to Class 5A in 2012.
And ever since then, they developed a huge rivalry with Carl Albert. Albert has dominated that series, eight wins, 3 losses, but they've still had success even going from 4A to 5A. They've made the playoffs every year. They said they're on a 21-year string of making the playoffs. So pretty good football team and really always in the talk in the area of the title hunt when you're talking McGuinness.
You're exactly right. You see Andrew Chambers getting his team fired up defensively, trying to get them going.
This is a roller weight loss, first down. Roller weight loss and advanced surgery. We have a false start from Edison. A successful drive begins when you make that first down thanks to the folks at Roller Weight Loss and Advanced Surgery. Another penalty for the Eagles. 12.
Back about 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15 from the 15.
First down, Green. Hands it off right up the middle. Thompson again.
Interesting to see the defense right here in McGuinness. They need to try to get some momentum going defensively because Edison has kind of had their way.
First shout out tonight goes to all the wonderful touchdown listeners who every week work so hard for our Edison youth football team. From the Eagle.
10 seconds on the play clock. Green to Thompson again, tripped up.
Boy, and that was a nice play. How about that tackle?
Yeah.
Evan Ille.
Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Take another look at this tackle down on the ground and watch him kind of throw his arm back there, and boy, comes away with the play.
So another 3rd and long for the Eagles. Plenty of time on the play clock as they break the huddle. Green rolls to his right, has Ivy out in the flat. He's going to be close to a first down, depends on where they spot it.
Looks like he's going to get it.
Nice play call on the 30-yard line. Yeah, he ran that. They faked the fly sweep to him, Rod, and then he runs out, and he is wide open. You see right there, nobody within 5 yards of him. And then as he spins forward, lands with his elbow and the ball in it right at the 30-yard line. Another big play call for Tony Daniels and his staff. Coach James, the offensive coordinator. Green keeps his time and swarmed under. Chambers, the first man back there for the Irish.
How about that? Being able to come up and make plays, just try to hold him. 2nd and 13 now. Edison has always been able to answer with the big play.
Pass was complete. With Wyatt Ellis on the reception.
Wyatt Ellis with the reception.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
They pick up 4, so it'll be a 3rd and 8 and another big 3rd and long for Tony Daniels and his team. 2nd one on this drive. See what trick they have up their sleeve here.
do have a trick. Oh, boy, was just in his arms, and the McGuinness defenders didn't even see the football that time.
Went right through the hands of Liam Madden. I think he ran into his own teammate, and that's why it bounced out.
Probably could have came away with the interception. Take a look.
Thomas Ivy throws it. Yeah, right through the hands of Madden. He was already out before he ran into Naz Peacock. And that was, he's the one who threw it. Nice high punt. And then run out of bounds. That's where McGuinness will take over. The return from Aaron Beck.
We got ourselves a game here, Zach.
Well, this McGuinness team has 20 seniors on it, Rod. You know, as Coach Pierce told us before the game, they have an expectation when they get to the playoffs that they need, that one, they're in the playoffs, and two, that they're going to win. And when you're Edison, that they haven't been to the playoffs much. And now here's a backwards pass. And a trick play. And
great coverage.
Wow. They stepped out of bounds. And that's going to be a loss of about 10 yards.
And you had great coverage downfield by Edison.
So they threw it backwards to Richardson, and then he stepped out of bounds before he could make the throw. Take another look. See him working his way toward the sidelines. Oh, no, he never threw it.
Never threw the football.
Never threw the ball, yeah.
It's probably his.
Instead, now they give it to him on the ground. He runs into a defender and immediately goes down. Tackle made by Jervon Chapman.
Jervon Chapman. Big third down.
Third and 14. Tarman throws deep. Had a receiver, but then the defense by Ivy made up a lot of ground the last few yards to tip it away.
Oh, and he's all over the field. You talk about Ivy. Scored a touchdown earlier. Take another look. Trying to go downfield and watch him come into your screen. Great coverage. Times it just right to go up and knock the ball away. Big time play by Mr. Ivy.
And that one rolls into the end zone. As Ivy wisely lets it go. So Edison will take over at the 20, less than a minute to go here in a very quick moving third quarter. 57 seconds to go, actually 56.8. Let's see what Edison will do on this drive. They scored twice here in the third, had a nice drive, and then got an interception to set them up in good field position. And there's Sevion Morrison, Rod. On
look at him. On crutches, 4 carries, 90 yards. He said hamstring was really tight.
I think he had a similar injury earlier in the year.
Just couldn't get it loose.
Thompson tripped up again right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time made by Chris Clark. You know, we hadn't even talked about Brendan Walker, who's out tonight for McGuinness. Injured in the game last week against Ardmore. Committed to play football at OU. Walker's the third leading tackler on this McGuinness team, and you might say they missed him a little bit tonight, Rod, with some of the success that Edison has had moving the ball.
There's Thompson turning the corner. Boy, you love the way this young man runs the football.
A very patient run that time, wasn't it?
Yes, he is.
That'll probably be the final play of the third quarter. The Eagles are holding up 4 fingers. It's fourth quarter time. The final quarter in this second round 5A playoff game. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
Trained to fix jets at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
If you want to work with your hands, it's a perfect place for you.
Ames is doing a great job of giving the basic system knowledge.
The job opportunity is there, the money is there.
We give you the groundwork, the cornerstones, if you will.
I'm very impressed with the AIM curriculum. The school's keeping pace with the demands of the industry.
The potential for growth is astounding.
Call 800-259-1556.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money, so there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-322-4789. 1-800-322-4789.
Final 12 minutes of this game between Edison and McGuinness. Eagles just got a first down on that last play. The legs of Gerard Thompson, the junior who has stepped up in this football game tonight, with Sevion Morrison being on the sidelines. Morrison started the game, had 2 touchdowns in the first half, 71-yard pass reception and a 71-yard run. But we have not seen him since then. And the first play of the fourth quarter, Thompson takes a handoff.
This young man is doing the work. There you see him, 16 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Mr. Thompson. Figured he'd be a pretty good runner with a name like that, Zig.
Oh, Green keeps it and lost it, and lucky to get it back. That could have been disastrous for Edison. And now Bishop McGuinness player is down in the backfield as well. Well, and he's got, Gerard, right? Gerard Thompson.
There we go.
Or Gerard Thompson.
Yeah.
There you see the handoff. Green with the zone read. Just when he pulled it back, lost control of it. As we said, there's a McGuinness player down. Hopefully he's just cramping. You know, a lot of people think, well, it's 30. How you cramping when it's 35 degrees out? It doesn't matter. You're still sweating.
Yes, you are.
Still burning energy, and you gotta replenish those fluids. It's Andrew Chambers, linebacker, who's been in on quite a few plays tonight. You see Chambers and limp off to the sideline, but I think he'll be okay. Waves to his folks probably up in the stands, says, I'm all right, I'm just cramping a little bit. So a 3rd and 9 after the fumble from Green. And they wind the clock here in the 4th quarter. Got to run the Wildcat with Ivy. Leaps forward to the 50. How about that? He did not have the first down till he jumped forward. Wow, what an athletic play that was.
Yeah, tremendous athlete. It's Thomas Ivy. And this young man.
Look at this.
Get outside, don't have the first down. I'll just jump and go get it. How about that? Comes down and picks it up. Very impressive, and he's done that on both sides of the football tonight.
That jump carried him about 4 yards. They've got him again in the Wildcat. Tripped up and stays on his feet and gets to the 45.
So hard to bring down. Credit Coach Daniels. Get your players the ball.
And now we have an Edison player down at the middle of the field. And he hops up and runs straight to the sideline. Jacob Youngblood.
After that game, it would be 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 5.
So a 5-yard pickup for the Eagles. Tony Daniels has really had to move around a lot of chess pieces tonight with Morrison being out. And again, they're running Ivy out of the Wildcat. Right side, first down.
How about that? It's not broke, don't fix it. Just keep going to this young man. Controlling the tempo right now with him, just running the football. That quarterback position, moving the chains and working the clock.
Ivy 73 yards rushing, 72 yards receiving. Ivy again. Tries to cut back and nowhere to go on first down. Bottled up.
Thomas Ivy on the carry again. He's brought down by number 70.
Thing Edison's doing though, Rod. Ball control, keeping the McGuinness defense on the field. You keep Tarman and Richardson on the sideline, and you're burning clock.
That's what you want to do.
Now Ivy comes out. Rajon Green back in at quarterback. Coach Pierce, 2nd year at McGuinness as the head coach, 16th year overall. Has not missed the playoffs since he's been there.
Where to go that time. Big play defensively for McGuinness.
Ben Basie makes the tackle. And now Green may be down.
Yes, he is. Took a tough hit that time.
Take another look at it as he's pulled down from behind.
Yeah, take a look. The hit coming in right there. Boom.
Yeah, as he's going down.
You see immediately he lays there.
So the winner of this game tonight will play the winner of the Bishop Kelly Noble game, and that game is in the 4th quarter, and Kelly is on top 21-7. Edison already defeated Kelly earlier in the year, game that we did right here on YurView, 33-14. Sevion Morrison had 250 yards rushing in that ball game. That was during the fall break. That was the game we did in the middle of the day.
Yes, it was.
Hey, and the popularity of that, I mean, they had a good, decent crowd out, but now they're talking about getting more schools to play.
Yes.
And why not do that?
Why not do it?
Do a doubleheader out here at LaFortune Stadium. I know Gil Cloud and his crew over at TPS saw with that, Cox broadcasting the game, and then the number of people that really enjoyed it. Start doing 2 games to give people a little extra time on that fall break weekend. And the backup warming up, Luis Perona. Perona has played in most of the games this season for the Eagles. He's thrown for 362 yards and 5 touchdowns. So we will probably see him, and I bet we'll see a lot more Thomas Ivy running that Wildcat.
Yes, we will. This late in the game. Try to work some more clock. 9:13 remaining.
Perona is a senior. Let's check out the 5A bracket and how things stand. You see Kelly now on top 28-7. So the winner of that game will face the winner of this game. Carl Albert has won. They move on, looking for another state title. And Piedmont, obviously, they're going to win. They're up over Coweta by 41. That one also in the 4th quarter. And then don't forget this year, Rod, the OSSAA has moved all the state championships to one location at UCO in Edmond.
Wildland Stadium.
So they'll play the 4A at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, December 6th. And then 6A2, which is going to be Stillwater against Bixby at 7 o'clock that night. The 5A championship game will be at 3:30 on December 7th, Saturday. The 3A will be at 11, 5A at 3:30, and then the 6A will be at 8 o'clock, the 6A1 that night at UCO. As you see, Green gets up with a little help to get off the field. He got popped pretty good on that last play. And then the next weekend on the 14th of December, Class A at 1 o'clock and 2A at 7 o'clock, all over at Watland Field on the campus of UCO in Edmond. Both these teams fighting to get there. It looks like Carl Albert will move on. They do move on. They will play Piedmont next week at a neutral site. And then if Kelly holds on, now up 28-7 in the 4th, they'll play the winner of this game, also at a neutral site. And timeout for Edison after all that. We'll take a timeout as well. 9 minutes to go in this one. Edison up by 7. It's your Ford game of the week, the 5A second round action.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
When you're hiring or looking for a great new job, use our community job site, ericsjobs.com. We've helped hundreds of area employers connect with local talented job seekers to fill positions of all kinds. Here's what some local employers are saying about our service.
We have hired over 20 people from our postings. You have been an incredible resource for our company.
With thousands of current local job seekers, you will find the people you need. ericsjobs.com, $25 job postings.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
All right, we're back. Thomas Ivy is lined up at quarterback. Rolls to his right. And gets to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I think it's go forward territory.
3rd and 12. Turns into about a 3rd and 6. And now it's 4th and 6.
Offense will stay on the field.
Ten seconds on the play clock.
Play here.
Ivy
coming.
Gets to the outside. First down. And more. Thomas Ivy, are you kidding me? 31-yard touchdown run, his third touchdown here in the second half.
Mr. Ivy getting it done for his team.
Wow.
T.I. Thomas Ivy getting it done. Coach Daniels and his staff getting something that works and just keep going with it. Gets outside, great blocking. Needed that first down, made the guy miss, said we'll take the touchdown. Thomas Ivy having a night. Take another look. Look at the blocking he gets. Able to bounce outside, turn the corner for the touchdown.
And we've got a McGuinness player down in the middle of the field. And Ivy caps off a nice drive by Edison to put him back up 14. $11 plays, 80 yards, 445. Ivy scored his third touchdown of the night, all in the second half, all on big plays. A 63-yard catch, 55-yard run, and now a 31-yard run. The McGuinness player is up, and that was also on fourth down. It was fourth and about 6, and he turned it into a score. Got some help from his teammates. Nice blocking out front. Had the first down and then just kept going. Big extra point right here for the Eagles with 8:14 to go.
Yeah, huge play right there for Ivy.
The point is up. No good.
No good. What did I say? Huge extra point for the Eagles.
Said it.
41-28.
See Coach Daniels.
It's the last chance for ticket number 1-019-374. 019-374. You've got about 60 seconds to come to the press box.
See Ivy. Boy, he's had a huge game.
Now, if you want to watch this game again, the Ford game of the week, it will replay tonight at 10:30. Then you can watch it again next Monday and or Tuesday, 7:30 on YurView Channel 3. Search Ford game of the week as well on YouTube, and you can watch it anytime.
Me and you'll still be on the broadcast, won't we?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, unless something changes between now and then.
May watch it again.
Yeah. Tune in. Go back and watch all these fireworks we got going offensively from both teams. Had a lot of big plays tonight, Rod, as well as a pick six.
Offensively, Edison has been impressive, and I think they've shown the talent they have, even with Savion Morrison going out. They have some talent.
Another pooch kick and fair catch. I said Ivy had he's got 3 touchdowns in the second half, a 63-yarder, a 2-yarder, and then a 31-yarder. And the 63-yard was a pass from Rajon Green. I was looking to see, I don't know if he's still in the medical tent down there, if he's up walking around.
Sense of urgency now.
So McGuinness needs to get something going offensively. They've just scored once here in the second half. Dominic Richardson, 55-yard run. Luke Tarman still in at quarterback. Richardson in motion, he hands it to him. Trying to get outside, tripped up. And a nice tackle by
Chapman.
Javon Chapman again.
There go that man again. He's all over the place, making plays.
Loss of 6.
The loss of 6 on the play. They've got second down and 16.
The second and 16. Tarman going for Richardson. Flags come flying in as, boy, both of them were kind of battling for the ball, but they're going to call pass interference against Torrin Walker. And a free 15 for McGuinness. And then another flag, and another flag.
It's going to be good.
Obviously, Torrin Walker said one of those words you don't want to say to the official to get him to throw a flag.
It's not going to be good. Going to give McGuinness great field position. I mean, when you think the spot of the... Well, after the spot, and then they're going to get some other flags.
So 13 penalties on Edison, 115 yards. Does that include the pass? That includes the pass interference. So there may be another 1 or 2 tacked onto that. And if you're Edison, you're hoping that those 2 flags are just one, that both officials heard the same thing and threw the flag. So pass interference. Then you got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, and yeah, there is just one. So, but it's still 30 yards in penalties against the Eagles. So it's going to move the ball for McGuinness into Edison territory. And here you look at the replay, Rod. Both of them are kind of holding on to each other.
Kind of locked up there.
30 yards in penalties. They'll move the chains for the Irish, put the ball in Eagle territory at the 44-yard line.
So now if you're McGuinness, you take advantage here.
The officials are still explaining to Tony Daniels what went on. And then Torrin Walker. And then Torrin Walker's been ejected out of the game for his unsportsmanlike penalty. And that's not good if you're Edison. So he must have said a word to the referee that causes you to be ejected.
That affects him for next week.
I don't know if the unsportsmanlike keeps you out the next week. I think a fighting penalty would. We'll have to check. So Tarman on first down has a receiver, but out of bounds. I'd get out my rule book, but I don't have time to read it while we're watching the game.
Hopefully that young man is not going to be out for next week's game. If Edison is able to advance, a lot of game left.
Richardson.
You got this man right here who can definitely get you in the game.
So Richardson gets the first down. And they mark it at the 25-yard line. Clock continues to move here in the fourth quarter. Luke Tarman goes to the right.
And Edison has done a good job when he's tried to pass the ball. They've done a good job of applying pressure, not letting him get comfortable in the pocket.
bring up a 2nd and 10. Richardson on the handoff. You know what, Rod? That's not Tarman at quarterback. That's Evan Ille, number 6, that's come in to play quarterback. So I don't know if Tarman, I wonder if Tarman's the one who got hurt because he was playing secondary.
Right.
That may have been Tarman that got hurt on that last series when Edison marched down and scored. Ille, pass tipped up in the air, off the hands of Richardson.
And that's the one Richardson usually comes up with. Hit him right in the numbers. Gotta go for it here.
Bring up a 4th and 6. To Richardson, breaks a tackle, touchdown. Actually, number 7, Aaron Beck.
Aaron Beck right there.
And then another flag.
And a big 4th down play. Come away with the touchdown. Remember that extra point we talked about, Zig?
So on to try the PAT. Schmit puts it through, and it is a 6-point game. So Ille hits Beck, and he races past the defense into the end zone for the touchdown, and it is a 6-point game.
And how about that? When we talked about the extra point, now when you talk about this McGuinness defense, if it's any time they need to step up, it's now. You know, this Edison team has been able to, you know, depend on Ivy and Thompson and be able to run the football and get first downs and get touchdowns. Now I guarantee you the McGuinness defense has been challenged. And let's see if they can step up to the challenge and get the football back.
Well, that makes it a 6-point game. McGuinness will kick off. And we've learned, I contacted Mike Whaley at the OSSAA, Rod, and he says any ejection is a 1-game sit.
That's what I was thinking.
So if Edison wins and moves on, they will not have Walker next week.
He is a key player for this team.
Schmit, kickoff.
As you can see with Edison, other guys always seem to step up.
The Eagles have hurt themselves with penalties tonight. 14 total penalties for 130 yards. And in a playoff game, you can't do that. So Edison will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And again, Rajon Green not in at quarterback. Yeah, both teams now without their starting quarterbacks, Rod.
Welcome to playoff football.
Yeah.
That's where you talk about the other guys that may be able to step up, but look at this guy. Thomas Ivy, 11 carries, 109 yards. Big series for him.
trying to get away and just nowhere to go is swarming defense from the Irish.
Yes, big-time defensive play. And I said this defense of McGuinness, I guarantee you, coaches have challenged them on the sideline to come away with the stop. You pretty much know what's coming. Edison has had great success with Ivy. Direct snap to him at that quarterback position, and he's been able to run and make plays. Now the clock game takes in effect.
Luis Perona comes in as the backup. He is now at quarterback. Hands it off.
Another nice play defensively.
Thompson has nowhere to go.
Getting downhill. That time, big time tackle. Boy, big third down here.
3rd and 12, but Edison's been pretty big on third downs tonight.
Yes, they have. Probably see Mr. Ivy, I think, at that quarterback position.
4 out of 9 for the Eagles on third down.
And you see the Irish faithful. Reverse, nowhere to go. How about that big play defensively right there by the Irish?
Chambers.
Oh, Mr. Chambers he says I'm all over it that time. And boy, big time play. Take another look. Little reverse trying to take place. Look at Chambers right there waiting, bringing them down for the Irish. And boy, is he fired up. The defense has stepped up to the challenge as the rain looks to come down a little bit more. And boy, playoff football at its finest.
Edison will punt. McGuinness will have good field position. Oh. Back to the right. And out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Boy, the defense gave him great field position. And he's been getting loose all night. Aaron Beck. Now you have great field position with 3:44 remaining. I think we had to get up out of our seats.
And you see some of the students that are here from McGuinness, they've run down the stands in the front row all the way down to the 20 to help cheer their team on. First and 10 from the 20. Ille again, back to throw, corner of the end zone. Out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds. I like the play call. Right there. It was just out of bounds. He was open. Take another look. Going up.
And that's Luke Tarman. They had lined up at a receiver position.
Out of bounds. Outstanding job by the officials, all on it.
So Tarman, who they can move all over the field, not only a quarterback, he plays running back and receiver. Hand off to Richardson. Room on the left side. Taken down right at the 10.
Well, you like the way both teams are battling right now. Big third down here. 3rd and 1.
Clock running, nearing the 3-minute mark. That missed PAT by Edison looming large right now.
Big third down play. You got 2 more downs. And boy, look, different set. We haven't seen this set tonight.
Out to the right, hits Richardson in the flat. First down to about the 2.
Boy, great play call. Looks like it's going to be a run and able to hit Richardson and able to pick up the first down. Looks like he's going to run. Richardson pops. Able to pick up the first down. Now they can take their time.
Edison has 2 timeouts. McGuinness has all 3 of theirs. Out to the right. And locked up. And if you're McGuinness, that doesn't bother you.
At all.
No, you want the clock to run. You don't want to leave Edison that much time, and if you can run one more play and then maybe score, burn another 45 seconds off the clock, put you in a great position. It's time to flip. No. Keeps it. Touchdown. McGuinness has tied the game with 1:37 to go.
What a play right there. Outstanding play call. A little misdirection right there. Had everybody fooled. Now able to get to the outside and punch it in. Big extra point right here. And we talked about special teams coming to this game and playoff football, and look at him.
No shirt.
Hey, no shirt. He's tougher than me right there. He may be the MVP, Mike Davis. We need to interview that guy at the end of the game. The guy with no shirt from McGuinness. Big time extra point right here.
Zach Schmit to give the Irish the lead.
Wow.
And he does. It is good. 1:37 to go. McGuinness on top, 42-41.
And how about this? And if you're Edison, you know you have big play capability right here. You just got to come away and try to make some plays. But boy, how about McGuinness marching back when you thought it was over, able to come back and get into this game. Special teams is a factor. They're up 42-41 in this shootout. Survive or go home, Zig. To the wire. You see Coach Pierce right there. Boy, somebody's going to walk away from this game and say, on a cold, dreary night, we were able to come away with a win and advance to the semifinals.
Oh, wow. The kickoff goes out of bounds.
Edison getting a break.
Setting them up in decent field position. Piedmont has won and moved on. Bishop Kelly, still 9 minutes to go in that one. They lead Noble 28-7. Carl Albert has also advanced. So it looks like Kelly will take on the winner of this game. As I said, Edison beat Kelly earlier in the year. Bishop McGuinness also beat Kelly earlier in the year, 41-14. Kelly bounced McGuinness in the second round of the playoffs a year ago. McGuinness came over here to this side of the state and lost their second round game to the Comets. So they're trying to get a little bit of revenge from a team on this side of the state.
Let's see what the McGuinness defense, if they can answer again, this Edison offense.
Ivy's going to throw. Downfield for... It's intercepted. Intercepted as he was looking for Gerard Thompson downfield.
And how about that play for McGuinness? My goodness. We talked about this defense stepping up for McGuinness. And came away, and there you see the McGuinness faithful are fired up.
Aaron Beck, his second interception of the night. And you see Thomas Ivy, well defended. Oh, it was 3. Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, number 3 that time coming away with it.
Zach Schmit.
Zach Schmit.
The kicker.
He said, I can catch too.
Hit the big extra point. And then with the INT. Edison does have 2 timeouts. Instead, McGuinness is going to call a timeout because the play clock ran out. We'll take a break. 1:29 to go in this one. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-209-4389. That's 1-800-209-4389. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
This is important. Certain drugs for HIV and then suffered serious injury to their kidneys or bones. If you or a loved one took Truvada, Viriad, Atroplus, Stribild, or Complera and were then diagnosed with kidney disease, kidney failure, bone fractures, bone density loss, or softening of the bones, call Davis & Crump right now to see if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call Davis & Crump right now. Operators are standing by.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
(42-41) our score. McGuinness on top. They just took the lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by Evan Ille. And then the PAT from Zach Schmit on Edison's first play after the kickoff. Thomas Ivy threw an interception, and Zach Schmit picked it off. Dominic Richardson, right side, goes out of bounds. He does get a first down, but he goes out of bounds.
That'll be the change for a first down.
You didn't want to stop the clock.
Edison with 2 timeouts, just 7 seconds ran off the clock that time. Yeah, Rod, you're right. You got to stay in bounds, don't you? Richardson again cuts back.
Boy, he's such a strong runner. And I think Edison will call a timeout. But you see his strength as a runner. That breaking through defenders, has outstanding speed also. And Edison will call a timeout and try to talk about it.
1:13, they'll call one more timeout. After this next play. Check out the scores in Class 5A from around the state tonight. Kelly, it's now a final, has defeated Noble, so they will move on next week and play the winner of this game. Carl Albert moves on, still in the hunt for another state championship, looking for their 4th in a row. And then they will play Piedmont next week. A 62-21 winner over Coweta. Jinx has also won tonight in 6A1, so they move on to the state title game 2 weeks from tomorrow. They will play the winner of Owasso and Broken Arrow. Those two teams meet tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in Jinx. .113 to go, one timeout left for Edison. And offsides, and that's going to do it. And only fitting that a penalty, which has kind of been the Achilles heel of the Eagles tonight, 15th penalty, Rod, for 135 yards.
Yeah, when you look back at that one, they're just like in basketball having turnovers. I mean, it can cost you. That one possession they had early in the, I think in the fourth quarter, that the penalty was 30 yards on one possession. Definitely makes it tough. You could put this one out of reach.
And Evan Ille takes a knee. Edison calls the last time out. 1:10 to go with the 40-second play clock. McGuinness can take 2 more knees, and that'll do it. And that's where that offside penalty comes in. You know, you hold them, potentially you may have 15, 20 seconds left on the game clock to get the ball back and do something. Take a look at Ashton Hill, a senior. One of 25 seniors here at Edison. Seeing their football careers come to an end. Ille takes another knee. Yeah, they'll just have to snap it one more time. There's 30 seconds on the play clock right now. They can get it down under 40 easily. And that'll be it. And McGuinness will move on that missed PAT, Rod.
Yeah, and you talk about this McGuinness team, and we talked about the experience in the playoffs, and you said this earlier, Zig, kind of uncharted water for the Edison Eagles, but man, a tremendous season for these young men, and this McGuinness team getting it done, and look like they'll face their rival and foe, Bishop Kelly. So the battle of the bishops will take place. With an outstanding job by both teams. This McGuinness team defensively, what they did in the fourth quarter defensively really stepped up in the difference in this game to advance to the semifinals.
And a big win and a strong fourth quarter. For McGuinness, Evan Ille came in at quarterback, threw a touchdown pass to Aaron Beck, had a 2-yard run, and then the interception from the place kicker, Zach Schmit, hit the PAT, and then the very next play intercepted the pass. They kind of sealed the deal for the Irish of Bishop McGuinness, and they move on to the semifinals and will take on the Bishop Kelly Comets. Here is your Chick-fil-A play of the game. We wind it back. Thomas Ivy in at quarterback because Rajon Green was hurt, trying to get something going for the Eagles. Instead, it was the Bishop McGuinness defense. Zach Schmit with the INT. And that sealed the deal. That's your Chick-fil-A play of the game. So a big victory for McGuinness as they move on. And let's head down to the field with Rod Thompson.
Thanks a lot, Zig. Now joined here now by Coach. Let's start with you first. What a win for your program.
No, it's phenomenal. No, we're very proud of these young men, and they played a hard-fought game.
When you look at what your team did defensively, those last couple of drives, Edison was having a lot of success pushing the ball. Did you guys challenge your defense to really step up and make plays?
No, absolutely. We had to match their speed, and I think our defense stepped up and came out second half and really got after them.
How about this guy we'll talk to shortly, Dominic DR, as I was calling him. I mean, just an outstanding player for your program.
No, absolutely. Best tailback in the state.
Well, Coach, congratulations. And Dominic, player of the game. And, hey, I said earlier, I'm used to you playing basketball, being an outstanding player when you was young. Talk about what it means to get this win against a very good Edison team.
It means a lot. We came in here strong and just focused up. And then we knew we had a battle against a good running back, too, as well. Running backs in the state. And we just came in with full energy. Just took off.
We talked about the defense that you guys have really stepped up and really made a big stop, and then you're able to seal it. Talk about your team and you guys coming to the game, a lot of experience, and now you have a showdown next week with the other Bishop Kelly.
Yes, sir. I mean, we just came in here focused. I mean, we wasn't like messing around. We was ready for this game all week. We all just stay focused. That's the main deal right there. We just came in here strong and just finished it. Put up a battle, 1 by 1, 2 points. So it's a great deal.
Well, outstanding job. Congratulations on being player of the game, and congratulations to you guys getting this win, and good luck next week.
Appreciate that.
All right. Bishop McGuinness getting it done. Back over to you, Zig.
Thanks a lot, Rod. 24 carries, 223, 2 touchdowns. And Dominic Richardson, your Ford player of the game. Check out some of his highlights tonight and what he was able to do for this Bishop McGuinness football team. Came in averaging better than 10 yards a carry. Pretty much did that tonight for the Irish. Well, that'll do it from here at La Fortune. We got a break. We'll come back and wrap this one up. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
The season is here. And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Now get 20% estimated savings on the 2019 Ford F-150, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. It's the Black Friday event at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. 21321 to get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. And because most GH is produced while you sleep, GH Boost is specially formulated to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. You'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text BRAWN to 321321 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text BRAWN to 321321.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Your Ford player of the game, Dominic Richardson. Big night for him. Scored on this 44-yard touchdown. His first TD of the night, ended up with 24 rushes, 223 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Richardson, a nice run here. And that is your Ford player of the game, and he helped lead his team to victory and on to the state semifinals against Bishop Kelly next week at a site to be determined. It'll be somewhere on the west side. McGuinness celebrating a 42-41 victory over the Edison Eagles. Let's check out the highlights in this one. And man, what an offensive show it was by both teams. Luke Tarman to Richardson. This would be a 44-yard touchdown to get the scoring going for McGuinness. Thomas Ivy on 4th down late in the game to give Edison a 41-28 lead after Richardson had rumbled 55 yards on the previous play. And then Evan Ille to Aaron Beck, 25-yard touchdown, made it 41-35. And then after they held Edison on a 3-and-out, forced a punt, got a nice return. Ille into the end zone, 2-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good. 42-41 with 1:37 to go. And then Edison tried to make a big play. Thomas Ivy intercepted by Zach Schmit, the senior kicker who has scholarship offers from Air Force and Army to kick. Gets the INT to seal things up for McGuinness. Wow, our season started back in August at Edmond, and it ended tonight at Tulsa. Right here on the Cox channel in round 2 of the playoffs. As you look at the final stats, McGuinness 363 yards rushing, 324 for Edison. 152 yards passing for the Eagles. First downs pretty much even, so were the turnovers. Rajon Green, 6'10" for 152. He went out with an injury, so was Sevion Morrison. Thomas Ivy tried to carry the load, had 106 yards rushing. It was just too much Luke Tarman and Dominic Richardson as Bishop McGuinness wins it. Well, that's it for our final broadcast. Had a great season. Appreciate everybody joining us throughout the year. For Rod Thompson, Mike Davis, and the rest of our crew, good night from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bishop McGuinness wins it 42-41 over Edison.
The Ford Game of the Week is being brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Visit your best in Oklahoma Ford dealers for the best deals on Ford's full line of vehicles. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Weoki Federal Credit of the Weoki Kick for Cash. Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Roller weight loss and